audience. ¡Qué público tan hermoso! Welcome, welcome, everybody. Bienvenidos a su CARPA sin Frontera. Bienvenidos, Homegrown Teatro Popular. Give yourselves a round of applause. Un aplauso para ustedes. Señora, y a las que por su gusto o desgracia siguen siendo señoritas. We have an extraordinary 30-minute little show for you. Tenemos un show extraordinario de 30 minutos. But first, I need to give you all a heads up. Un ponte trucha, ponte las pilas, a couple disclaimers. The first one, the theatrical experience you are about to witness va a ser in Spanish and in English. The theatrical experience va a ser, si no hablan mucho español, you're going to understand English. Si no hablan mucho inglés, you're going to understand Spanish. Don't worry about it. Everybody say Spanglish! Spanglish! All right. The other thing is this. We did a little bit. Un poquitico. Una gotica political during the show.
Yeah, come on, tell the truth.
They don't believe me. Hey, la neta. We get a whole lot political during the show. So if you like our politics, you're going to love the show. But if you end up hating our politics, Ave Maria Purísima, it's going to be a long 30 minutes for some of y'all. That said, let me say this. We cultural workers here, nosotros los trabajadores culturales aquí en este escenario, hacemos esta chamba de corazón, from love. Always with respect, and always searching for truth and unity. Siempre con respeto, siempre buscando la unidad y la verdad. And in that spirit, let's get down to business. Al grano, mano. Tijuana, San Diego, you are ready for a show. ¿Están listos? Cuentos de los invisibles. Stories of the invisible. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1.
¿Tiene usted papadita? Do you have excess skin under your chin? Are you battling with too much fat hanging from places it shouldn't be? Muchas lonjitas no tan sabrositas? An overflowing waistline, cadrita de payasita, pasadito de rico, gorditos, gorditas. Well, suffer no more. Ya no más. We have the best weight loss program in the country that will purify you 100%, making you lose pounds like crazy. Yes, perderás peso como nunca. It's the Hollywood dream, American Hollywood Instagram influencer star weight loss system inspired by them. Kick the pinche immigrants the hell out. Build the wall, structural demagoguery of Donald J. Trump, and the disciplinary style of the Proud Boogaloo Boys. And please don't forget the old patriotic standards, homegrown Nazis, and classic KKK. As American as apple pie, exploitation, and police brutality.
All you have to do is alienate yourself for 1 week at our lovely state-of-the-art health spa and rejuvenation facility. Otay Mesa Detention Center for the undocumented. Do you have family responsibilities? Children? Escuincles? Oh, don't worry about it. No se preocupen. We won't separate you from your kids. I mean, maybe a little, but don't worry. If we do separate you from your kids, we'll reunite you and your little kids later. Assuming we can find who we sold them to. Well, let us take the nasty public relations turn. I'll tell you what, we'll keep them in cages for you, okay? Colorín colorado, problem solved. America, let's get you back to your gordura, your national obsession with the way it looks, your adolescent insecurities.
This week, and this week only, we offer a one-of-a-kind money-back guarantee that you, my chubby only friend, will lose your excess body weight in record time through a therapeutic, federally government-sponsored Guantanamo, Japanese internment camps, indigenous reservations, Jim Crow-approved regimen of several daily collective ass whippings, along with your own personalized, tailored, one-on-one private torture sessions, if you play your cards right. What a deal, huh? All the while, you'll join us in our outdoor aerobic Pilates Pelatudo exercise classes as you work your huevos off building the wall. You know what wall. Brick by brick, ice raid by ice raid, hypocrisy on top of irony. Residual benefits. Keep the paisas out of our beautiful empire. Well, their land, yes, but our empire. We stole it fair and square.
I want to live in America. I like to live in America. Me parte la madre en America. As an added bonus, we guarantee you'll be psychologically humiliated beyond your breaking point, causing you to lose weight even faster, along with your self-respect, self-esteem, and humanity. Woo, goodbye. This week, mi gente, but only this week, we have a 2 colonized and oppressed people, 1 special. We also have the 2 political parties only. But nothing ever changes because they're both funded by the same billionaire class, laughing their asses off all the way to the bank special. You can even mix and match. See, who says we don't have choices?
Without a weight loss program, you'll drop so much weight you disappear from the map. Literally, desaparecidos. ¿Quién dijo yo? Who said me, sir? Whatever the billionaires want, I'll do. Don't miss this incredible opportunity.
The American Dream Hollywood YouTube Instagram influencer star weight loss system is for you. I want to live in America. I like to live in America. Me parten la madre en América.
These pendejos might be right. American dream. El sueño americano. Gotta be asleep to believe it. As you know, I'm the one who pushes the masses. I create, make them invisible. I make them reliable to other people. I am the Pied Piper. I guide truth. I guide the crimes of a capitalism. I tell the masses of fake, empty news. To real life and death problems. While 2% of the U.S. population has 70% of U.S. economy. I deal with the masses. I create the masses. And I blame everybody for that. For the scheme this scam produces. I blame everybody. Everybody except the billionaires who own it. Well, I'll tell you what, today I let you listen to these pendejos and the other sentidos. But at the end, only I tell you what a printed story. Nos vemos, Raza.
Tremendo el señor. Oiga, alguien vio a una señora abuelita. Esta que limpia para nosotros. Whatever you do, no deje que baile. Don't let her dance. Okay, que no baile la señora. ¿Entendió, carnal? Don't let her dance, o si no, yo cojo.
Voy a limpiar.
Limpia sin bailar, señoría. ¿Sabe lo que pasó la última vez?
No me digas qué hacer ni me invitas a hacer ¿verdad?
Está sindicalizado.
Nomás voy a poner musiquita para limpiar mejor.
Trucha.
Es una antigua.
Órale, hágale. Con trucha sin bailar. No la motivan, hombre. No la motivan. Esas medias. Ave María Purísima. Ese cholo, cuidado con el cholo. No, señora, no. No, señora, abuelita, por amor de Dios. No, señor, por amor de Dios. Don't do it, todo el mundo, don't do it. Everybody say don't do it. Estamos en una universidad.
Por eso estoy limpiando.
Señora. Everybody, diga que no. Everybody say no. Sit down.
¡Bájate!
You went to a kindergarten, yes, a kindergarten. Cuidado,
Ya me voy a bajar.
gracias a Dios.
Yo pensé que los jóvenes eran. ¡Ay, Dios! Está bien.
Te está mirando muy fuerte. Te está mirando con muchos ojos.
Ya me voy a apagar. Es que sí me emociono. Es que me acabo de comprar una cadena.
No es el movimiento.
¿Todo quieres?
No es el movimiento. Llega la mujer. ¿Cómo está tu espalda? ¿La espalda? Oh, no.
Está bien, mírame. ¿Para dónde? Oh, aquí hay una mancha.
Hágale la mancha, hágale.
¿Ah?
Everybody, aplauso. Oh, no. Everybody say no, oh, no. Abuelita, ¿está bien?
Se me rompió.
Se rompió algo. Hey, Cholillo, come on. Who volunteer? Raise your hand, volunteer. Venga. Come on, volunteer. Come here, grab that side. All right. First of all, tenemos que llamar una ambulancia. Tenemos que llamar una ambulancia. ¿Tiene seguro médico? ¿No tiene seguro médico? Ok, la llevamos a Tijuana. ¿Quiere ir a Tijuana?
Se me rompió la espalda.
No tiene papeles. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Oiga, señor, tocó ni modo. It's your fault. Vamos a llevar a tu casa. Usted la va a cuidar por 6 meses. ¿Ok? ¿Cómo se llama, señora? No sé, con ganas. Jessica's going to take her for 6 months. Everybody say thank you, Jessica. Pesada la abuela, me está I don't want to touch, you know what I mean?
¡Ayúdame!
¿Qué miras, hombre? No mires con esos ojos. Yeah, abuela, you got it, abuela. Toma la abuela, let's go. Me van a sacar de la ciudad por esto. Cruelty against old people. Vamos. Everybody say, abuela. It's all yours, homie. Hey, she's not really hurt. She just likes the rock. ¡Aplausos para la abuela! Un aplauso para la abuelita.
¿Quieren que limpiemos? Oh.
Otra vez, one more round of applause para la abuelita. Les dije, ella no es parte del grupo. Ella solamente se mezcló con nosotros.
¿Cuándo?
We can't get rid of her. La llevamos a Ensenada y volvió con un pollero.
Oh. Ahí tengo el pollito.
Forget. Olvida tus decepciones. Your disappointments. No más bad luck. Goodbye, mala racha. No more maquiladoras, exploitation, poverty, hunger, misery. Impotencia, hopelessness. Prosperidad, happiness. Adios, ugly inhumanity of colonialism. El odio de la India. Hey, Hollywood. Ahora ni se brega. ¿Quién soy? Ya sabe. Mr. Coyote. Mr. Coyote. I'm your friendly, everyday, affordable travel agent. Pollero, pollero, pollero. I'm here to make things easy for you. ¿Quieres saltar el bordo? You want to jump that border wall? You know what border I'm talking about. The one that separates the empire from its colonies. The one that divides the plantation house from the plantation field. A one-way ticket to Babylon. Órale, the American dream. Pero mucha trucha marucha. Watch that it doesn't turn into an American nightmare. But that, pollitos, that's a discussion for a whole nother show. Esta noche, tonight, ¿quieren pasar por mar? You want to travel by sea? I got the best boat in the world, eh? Un barco cañones que nada will not be detected by any radar or sonar device. 100 pollo capacity, 100. Give or take a pollo for 20. No se hunde. No se hunde. Nothing will sink this papazote. Welcome to the SS Coyote Marina. As safe, as resistant as the Titanic. You know, you saw the Titanic. You remember 1997, el 97. You know, con ese cara bonito, pretty boy actor. ¿Cómo se llama ese actor cara bonito? Leonardo decapitado. No. Leonardo se lo caparon. No. That's a 4-hour movie, people. We don't have time for that. Coyotes, we work overtime. Have you seen the line at the border? What happens at the end of the movie? ¿Qué pasó al final? What happens at the end? No manches! That's demoralizing. Got you. Forget that Titanic. Forget the Titanic. Forget the Titanic. Forget the Titanic, right? Cruzamos por tierra. Cruzamos por tierra. We just crossed by land. You remember. Land. I don't recommend land. Peligrosísimo. Ojo, and the dangerous, desolate desert across this border. They're horrible, deadly, vicious, ice cold-blooded creatures, serpent snakes, reptiles, whose venom exterminate precious human life. Just like that. And I'm not talking about La Migra. No, familia, not just La Migra. A few other slimy monsters, almost as cruel and inhuman and fascist. And don't mean the messenger. We all know I'm telling the truth. La mera neta.
We interrupt this CARPA public announcement for a special commercial endorsement by our proud sponsor, Yankee Big Pharma YBF. ¿Están asustados por Corona, Delta, Omicron? Are you deadly afraid of COVID? Well, fear not. Big Pharma will gladly aid you on your memorable journey across the border. This tiny red, white, and blue pill is designed to evaporate any illness, bug, virus, natural, or man-made you may come into contact with on your lovely voyage to the promised land. ¿Tienen miedo? Are you hopelessly paralyzed by fear and failure? Has this rich pyramid scam casino capitalism calls an economy scared the bejeejee out of you? Has colonialism rendered you physically and emotionally immobile? Fear not. This same pill is also guaranteed to put your brain, decency, integrity, humanity, solidarity to sleep permanently. What's the price, you ask? El precio? Don't worry your pretty little minds about it. Back to your travel plans, amigos.
Man, if you really want to get across this border without being detected, usar a lo clandestino, I got my favorite, mi favorito. Option C, the rocket, el cohete. You see, we have an invisible, shh, keep it on the QT, hombre, chismosos. An invisible rocket, un cohete invisible. Show me, huh? The rocket's been up here the whole time. You haven't been able to spot it. That's how invisible this rocket is. This rocket is as invisible as Latino workers are to Republicans and Democrats alike in the United States. En los Esclavos Unidos. En los Estamos Jodidos.
Our Coyote attorneys have requested we provide you with an official legal disclaimer. Our product is a rocket, affirmative. But please, don't confuse us with the 3 bitterly handsome, simpático, photogenic billionaire celebrities. The infamous Rocket Boys. Amazon, Jeff Bezos.
Bezos, oligarca, mamarracho.
Virgin Atlantic, Richard Branson.
Branson, otro oligarca, otro mamarracho.
Tesla, Elon Musk.
Ah, Elon, este pendejo está más pendejo que los otros 2 pendejos. Elon, oiga, Elon, what? Chupa Tesla, güey. Chupa Tesla. Oligarquita. No, they told me to chupa Tesla. They called me oligarquita. One day I'm going to be king of the world, super billionaire, and I'm going to buy Twitter and screw it all up. And then maybe I'll blow up Jupiter. Oh, it's so hard work to be a billionaire.
Aw, these poor, immature, middle-aged boys and their fantastic insecurities, identity crisis, don't know what the hell to do with all the money they swindle from the working people and their fantastic Freudian phallic-shaped toy rockets.
Our rocket is useful. Es útil. ¿Saben por qué? Es útil. Porque our rocket is campesina, obrera, proletaria, working class. Let me give you an example. You take Kmart, you'll get up at the 99-cent store, at the neighborhood barrio swap meet with the TJ taco stand, and the paisa selling paletas, tamales, y hierbabuena, smack in the middle. You see what I mean? Useful. That about Bezos from Amazon, he got Captain Kirk from Star Trek to be the celebrity. You remember, Charlie, we got somebody a whole lot better. ¿Quieren saber a quién conseguimos nosotros? Want to know who we got? Give me a Tijuana San Diego drum roll like this, everybody. Subcomandante Marcos! Subcomandante Marcos! And all the zapatistas back from 1994, los originales de 94, under the leadership of Comandante Ramona. She rest in peace. We need her now more than ever. Now more than ever. Un aplauso grande para los zapatistas. Yeah. La mejor oferta que tengo para ustedes es the rocket. The best deal I got for y'all is the rocket, eh?
So what's the price? Tranquilos, don't worry about it. Well, you'll get to put them all on your brand new credit cards that the US banks will gladly provide you with momentarily. Today, just a smile, una sonrisa.
That's the show, man. Look at that beautiful big smile. Smile the size of the entire American continent. American continent. Now that I said American continent, that reminds me. We have to have a little chat, you guys and me. Una charla entre ustedes conmigo, okay? American continent. I know that when I say American continent, it's rough for you guys, but there is no such thing as the American country. I know you think there is, but no, somebody lied to you. Now, there is such a thing as the American continent. And on that continent, we have a lot of countries. We have Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico, United States, Canada, etc., etc., etc. But when you call the people within the US borders the American people, confunden a medio mundo. You confuse everybody. Why? Because everybody, toda la gente, all the people on this continent are American. Desde la Patagonia en la Argentina, che boludo querido, entendeme vos. All the way north to Alaska, a las carnitas fritas. América, como soñó el Che y Bolívar, es una. Thank you for indulging me in my geography class. Everybody up in here gets an A. Everybody except for you, you've been mad about me all morning long. ¿Están listos? Y'all ready? Ready to gamble your souls? ¿Listos para jugarse el alma? Vengan para acá mis pollitos. Mis inmigrantes forzados. Víctimas del imperio más sangriento y explotador de la historia. Victims of monopoly capitalism. Of over 500 years of bloody colonialism that still sucks the life out of hundreds of millions of human beings across the so-called third world. I wonder who benefits from that. Why do the brown and black people keep coming? Aerolíneas Coyote, Coyote Airlines. Aquí estamos y no nos vamos. Y si nos echan,
Nos regresamos.
regresamos. Flight attendant, could you please prepare the cabin for takeoff? Please identify the in-house beverage and food service. Please distribute the in-house protective helmets, los cascos de protección, los que prende la guarda chula de este 3x1. Ahí está. Oye, carnalito, ¿y la tuya dónde está? ¿Dónde está la del señor? ¿Dónde está? Hágale, ponle. All right. Now, the unknown comic. Everybody runs the down show. All right, flight attendant, emergency exits. Identify the emergency exit. Well, let's face it, yo, if this puppy goes down, it won't be an emergency exit. One more thing before we take off. Cinturones, seatbelts. Tranquilitos, señores, tranquilitos. No se me escamen que tenemos ocean. We got ocean. There you go. I see. First class all the way. All right. Ahora sí. Pollitos, mírenme, look at me. Look at those innocent eyes. Look at those innocent, well, not all those eyes are innocent, but that's a whole nother one. All right, this is your Coyote speaking, your pilot. All right, everybody, close your eyes, cierren los ojitos. Respiren profundamente y persínense y recen conmigo. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruegue por nosotros, los colonizados. No time to be a prophet, militarized border. Will be the plastic land, the hamburguesas, hot dogs, Coca-Cola, cheap immigrant labor, and non-stop hypocrisy. In the illusion of inclusion, in the belly of the empire, just another exploited, broken, disposable worker in this mass profit machine. American dream, sueño gringo. Apenas ha empezado. ¡Tijuana, San Diego!
¡Presente!
Damas y caballeros. De la frontera.
Samuel.
Y nuestro nuevo, la última. La mejor arma para todo trabajador. Ahorita sale. Unidad, unity. Sindicato, union. Huelga, strike. Huelga. Now that's our bit. We're thinking about doing it. What I want to ask you guys is.
Hay que abrir las puertas.
Hay que abrir las puertas, ella me asusta a veces. So, lo que queremos hacer con ustedes es, somebody sum it up real quick. What's the point of that little 2-minute bit? Somebody, you get extra credit if you get it. Anybody, what's the point of that bit?
To stop the injustice that a lot of the workers are facing now, the industrialized nation of the United States.
To talk about what's going on a esas trabajadoras. Mayoría mujeres, pero hay hombres también. Now they had Me Too, right? You know how Me Too started? It did start in Hollywood. Me Too started with the workers, female, mostly Hispanic. And they got taken over by the rich ones in Hollywood. They took off in another direction, and they forgot about who. So that's that bit. Why do we do? Somebody say, why do we do the bit about the music at the beginning? It's not funny. What's the point of that? What do you think? The point of the music at the beginning, the dance. Somebody else? Go ahead.
Catch the attention.
No, he got it. Hey, he's the two.
Well, yeah, I think we're distracted by mainstream media. We're not really looking at the issues that are ongoing.
We're stuck on this. We're stuck on TV. Let's face it, 2% of the population owns 70% of the wealth. We don't live in a democracy. We live in a Pluto. Look that up. Pluto, majority, minority. Pluto's minority. Un gobierno de la minoría. We don't live in a government of people. We know that. We got two parties, Coca-Cola and Diet Coke. Which one do you want? How about some water? No. How about some milk? No. So there, that's the point. What you said, homie. Now, what you said right there is to catch the attention. Cuando escucha el tambor, people going on. The beauty of it, el baile, no bailo mucho ahorita porque no había música, but we dance real good. We dance together. We create that thing for about a minute, and then we transition. We transition into what? Somebody identify what we transition to. What was the transition to? Anybody? What did we go from dramatic to what? From serious to what? We were serious at the beginning. How do we show that? What you said, how do we do it?
By shifting into like beauty, humor, into the irony that has political and social, what we're facing as they kind of
We're taking you on the road with us, gonna listen. Seriously, the idea of that is to use, we go from serious to humor with the Karate Kid. Everybody up in the world knows the Karate Kid story. And so we use that. So everybody knows what it's about. So when she's doing her this and that, they know what it's about. So they're shifting it to the serious with the humor about why we need to do this. ¿Por qué tenemos que hacer esto? Because we got to talk about what's going on, what you said, all the conditions going on. But if we use humor, we capture their attention. If it's just straight drama, people kind of, we have to blend it together. Now, here's a question. We had 3 points with the, para todos aquellos supervisores hombres, and the majority men who assault in those buildings late at night, 3 in the morning, there's 1 woman per floor. The supervisors go in there and try to take care of business, you know what I mean? A la brava, a la fuerza. So that's what we nailed that point. We nailed the point about the agencies, the owners, making tons of money by paying the lowest wages possible. And then we nailed the third one about the chemicals. What else? Are we missing something?
The separation from the kids.
Separation from the kids. No pasa tiempo con sus hijos porque tienen que chambear. 10, 12, 14 horas. 6 days a week, sometimes 7. Y los niños en la casa. That's a good point. Anything else? Algo más.
Aseguranza.
Health insurance. Mi abuela, man. Okay. What else?
The fact that many people are not able to afford medical insurance at the moment, they have to find other alternatives to heal themselves so they can support their families. Many of them don't even have support, financial support.
That's a great point. And in the 80s, when we were organized, you may remember in the 80s, we organized in certain community centers we have here, working people live, we had precisely that. Como no teníamos seguro médico, we found las curanderas, los curanderos. And we organized where people can go to get some help. While we struggle to get help. That's called dual power. While we're struggling for a real change, we gotta take care of something. We have to deal with them. You guys hear that? The American dream is el alanzuelo, right? The bait. You get here, oh my. You're just a number here to work. You might win the lottery. Good luck with that. So those are the points we're making. One more point. Anybody help me? One more point. Unidad. Y cuando hablamos nosotros de la unidad no es solamente mexicana, y no solamente latina, y no solamente con estadounidenses, es el europeo estadounidense. White poor people, we forget about that. This white poor people catching some hell, man. Or no? Yeah. Oh, white people catching worse hell than some others, man. How? Are we supposed to? No, you're not. Hell no. Let's unite. El propósito de la organización comunitaria es unir a todos. ¿O no? En México se dividen los indígenas de los güeros y de los no, todos estamos juntos. ¿Entiendes? Who do we organize? The majority. Who are the majority? The working people. So that's how we organize the idea. Somebody has an idea, throw it out there. And as we do it, we stop. That's how we do it in our group. And then people throw stuff out. And then you guys throw out the political point. Then we throw out comedic point. Somebody might say, the Karate Kid, yeah, está muy viejo, right? Like I said, the Gong Show, right? Because the Gong Show, you guys don't even know what the Gong Show is, man. Pero el vato se parece al Gong. So then somebody might say, don't use the Gong. Because los viejos te van a entender, pero la mayoría de los jóvenes van a decir, what? So then we need that. Use this. Batman. All right, so what else could we use there besides Karate Kid? Somebody give me an idea of something else you can use. Another kind of idea that everybody knows about. No se me haga, no se me duerman. ¿Tiene una idea? ¿Eh? ¿Quién me ayuda? Anything? No? Nada? ¿Ya se durmieron? Who's the most important person musically right now? Or one of the most? Kanye. That's not a bad idea though. Está más loco que la loca, right? Está más loco que el loco, right? Celia Cruz. Anything else? Anybody else? Okay. Anybody else? Kanye West was one? Bunny. I thought you said Bugs Bunny. That's how I'm out of it. I said Bugs Bunny? ¿Cómo se llama el boricua? So, could we do a rap? Could we do a rap, shift the lyrics? To do a rap, to talk about what we've been talking about. To get the beat and to do a rap. Well, people like that. Keep track. That's how theater works. We're not the standard theater that does Shakespeare. Well, Shakespeare did some good stuff, no question. But we use different kinds. La voz de la clase obrera. All of us are working people. Most of us have been involved in movimiento. I got into I got into theater through the movement in the early 80s. And it was they drafted me in the organization. Hablas español e inglés, you're in the theater. I don't want to do it. And you just got to do it. Porque cuando uno ve gente sufrir, y uno está organizando, y uno ve el escenario, la fuerza que tiene un escenario, yeah. So if you're scared, just jump in the pool. You know when you got up this morning and it was cold? And you got in that shower and that icy things comes out, and then about 20 minutes later, you're okay. That's how this is. No le tenga miedo a quedar. Not only because you can form something political, social, strong, but even if you don't continue with it, the training that this gives you, you can get in front of a group of people, whatever career you decide to do, to be able to talk to people comfortably. So what we want to do right now, queremos hacer, Sam's going to give us a brief summary about Teatro Popular CARPA, de dónde viene, and all that stuff, and then we're going to continue on with that. La compañera se despide, tiene que ir ella a molestar unos abuelitos, no sé dónde. She thought that we were going to leave her here, that this was an old people's home. She thought that.
It looks like it.
No quería entrar. Todo el mundo diga, fuera, abuela.
Adiós, mijo.
Adiós.
Good morning, buenos días. My name is Samuel and Valdéz. I got done theater for about 30 years. I worked, actually, Memo and I met in the 90s doing theater for the people. What I wanted to talk to you about is this type of theater, CARPA. CARPA is it started in Mexico in the 1920s, 30s, 40s during the Depression. When what groups would do is they would get together and they were families that would start to create theater for the community to bring them laughter, joy, but also talk about political issues during that time of the Depression. So it was very, very big in those times. I think most of you can remember Cantinflas. Cantinflas started in CARPA. Actually, Cantinflas was a vendor outside of the CARPA. And one of the actors one night could not make it to the show. So they went out, they got this guy, put him in the show, and he started a career like that in a CARPA center. So we got like Cantinflas, Clavillazo, my mind is not working well today, but a lot of Latino comics came out of that era, of that CARPA experience. And they did a lot of political stuff in that time also. And a lot of these actors went to jail for that, for doing that kind of show. But they kept on. They kept on doing this. Why? Because it was important for that time. And in the 80s, in the 90s, there was another pop-up of this CARPA experience, of this street theater. And right now, in this time, we are starting to do this again. I was fortunate enough last year, in February of last year, I got up one day, opened up my email, and I got, I opened this email from this organization I knew. And the email was like, congratulations, we are offering you a $20,000 grant to do a project of your choice.
Yeah.
Anyone in Puerto Rico?
I was like, what? I was like, what? I thought it was a fake news. I'm like, $20,000, so what the hell? And yet, it was illegal. So, and they said, what do you want to do with it? And I said, the first thing I said, I want to do a CARPA.
Yeah.
And we started this CARPA. The project is called CARPA San Frontera. But I do have my own organization called CARPA San Diego, which is producing CARPA San Frontera.
Yep.
So right now we are really working this program. We got more money,
Sí, los osos.
$1,000 already, and we are going very strong with what we are doing right now. And it's all for the community. It's all for our people.
Yay!
One of the ways that we want to do it, una de las maneras que queremos hacer es precisamente trabajando con aquellas organizaciones, those organizations that are doing work in the community. So, for example, a union. We have a tenant union right now. You guys know what a tenant union is? Cuando los inquilinos se organizan.
Yeah.
And we're working with them. So we don't have a lot of money. Well, he got 20,000. So we got some resources, and then they put up some resources, and we kind of match together so we can pay the act.
Yeah.
Because if we don't get paid, we can't do it. Right?
Yeah.
So we got to find a way to survive. When we get those resources, we got to share it among the people that are doing the work. How do we do it with the tenant union? Imagine with the tenant union, we tell the people that run it, the people that will go to a meeting, how many people want to be involved in a 5, 6, 7, 10 people. All right, and we start workshops. So at the end of that 6-week period is usually the time we have. People there have learned how to write something, have learned how to memorize it and process it, have learned how to act it, and then now can perform that bit.
Yeah.
So for example, con ellos hay una, we were talking about earlier, super inquilino. Soy super inquilino. I'm here to save the inquilinos. And we develop a character. And then tenemos el personaje de yo soy el landlord. Have you ever tripped in English? Name of that? Landlord? Have you tripped? Landlord. El Dios de la tierra. That's how screwed up it is that we think it's normal. Then we should have a character called landlord. Right? And then manager. Cabrón que trabaja para el landlord. Que nunca te arregla la carpeta, el baño, whatever. And so we created a situation with them. A bit like that. 4, 5, 6 people. We want to go to you guys and say, do you students want to organize?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if it interests you to be involved in something like that. Raise your hand. If we did something like that, would you go once a week for 6 weeks to learn how to do this? And then your mecha or your organization, whatever it is, would have something at the end of those 6 weeks. Whatever topic, we would go through it like we did earlier. Hablando, what's important to you guys? And that's a process into itself. There's tons of stuff. Let's figure out what's really critical. And I think it was said earlier on, sometimes we throw stuff out that is not that important. We make it important in our head, you know? Because at the end of the day, our community, the Mexicana, the Latina, is catching a lot of hell. We ain't getting too many people listening to what we're saying.
Yeah.
So let's find out in that community.
It's like right now they make a big deal, and I need to talk about it. Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But what about Latinos?
Also matter.
What about Filipinos?
Also matter.
What about other races?
They matter.
Why does it always have to be Black Lives Matter? You know, we need to push that. Because we as Latinos, Filipinos, Chinese, lo que sea,
Women.
we need to be good at also. And to this form, we can do that.
And we can extend the hand to bring in Black Lives Matter, bring in Mexican Lives Matter,
Yes.
bring in everybody to talk about what brings us together. Or do we think police only beat the crap out of black people? Of course not. Mexicans catch hell too. White people catch hell. ¿Cuántos vieron en la televisión en San Antonio hace un mes balacearon a un mexicano muchacho? That was on the news one time and gone. Where were the demonstrations? We're on the same thing. So we have to back each other up in un movimiento unido. So we have to start on stage talking about if we allow the people on top to divide us. Estamos bien. Dígale en la familia, la mamá, este hijo es el que más me gusta. Oh, good luck to the rest of the kids. Va a haber una bronca. So we gotta say, estamos juntos, hermano. Hoy por quién conoce, dígamelo en inglés, tradúzcamelo. Hoy por ti, mañana por mí. Who knows that? Somebody say it in English. En inglés, tradúzcamelo.
Today for me?
Estás al revés, güey. La historia de mi vida, al revés. Do it again, do it again.
Today for me?
Otra vez al revés. Somebody else get back when you get back when you get back. One more time. Today for you, tomorrow for me. Hoy por. If I just say me, empezamos a separarnos. Or no. We have to figure out how to do that in a way that doesn't disunify. No question, black people catching hell like crazy. We got to unite with it. But the question is, we have to raise our concerns and also the concerns who will not be able. I got to tell you something. Me enoja mucho cuando yo veo pobres blancos que le echamos la culpa. You are a slave owner. Este pobre blanco. He's a plumber from Lakeside, eh? Come on, really?
We got a comment over here. Yes.
So what do you think if given an option would be something more appropriate, like impoverished lives matter, or let's say that this hypothetically, if we were to change the Black Lives Matter symbol and unify all of us who are impoverished or subjugated, who are including the LGBTQ plus community, what would be something like impoverished lives matter or oppressed lives matter? What would be, do you think would be better?
That's a great question.
that will be something that we will need to create and make up, But that's a good idea,
It's a great
Yes.
question. The reason that's a great question is because we don't got the answer. Let me make that point. We throw stuff out on theater. We might have some answers, but we're lost most of the time. And when our job is not, nuestro trabajo no saber la respuesta. Es proponer las preguntas. To ask those questions. And then let's have that discussion. Which is, what do we do now? We did always throughout history. El pobre, the working people.
I think it goes back a little bit to like the Chicano, like that used to be involved with the smile and outcry later. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. Used to be like
Yes.
Chronos used a lot of different things, but I feel like for myself as a member of the LGBT people community as Chicano, I feel like I put my life into that theme of smile now, cry later, because I find myself smiling now and saying, I'm strong, I'm brown, I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, but then in the end, I still have to live through the things that our community suffers through, and I find myself smiling through it, and in the end, I find myself crying in the end, and still feeling like a lot of the pressure from that. So I feel like smile now, cry later transcends a lot of what our community is facing back then, now, and possibly the present and the future as well.
So imagine if we can get that idea and play with that idea on with a group of people, 6, 7 people. Once you get the training on how to do it, it's not as complicated as you think, but there's a process. Driving is not really complicated. You don't know how to drive, go ahead and move that car. You hit everybody, abuelita, everybody, you have to move that car.
Yeah.
So there's a procedure to it. And with those ideas, we begin to chip at it. Say, what do we want on it? To your original question, I think one of the biggest problems we don't like to talk about is capitalism. We don't like to talk about colonialism. When I say colonialism, Black, indigenous, Mexican, Boricua, Samoan, Filipino, on and on. And people don't get this. 4 white people. Look at those people in Kentucky. How much more colonized you guys get? You're stuck in those mines, man. En esas minas trabajando como mula, muriéndose del pulmón, ese pulmón que se, ahí se intoxica todo. It's polluted. Black lung. Black lung. Black lung man. Black lung man. So lo que estamos hablando is, when we say, no, divide, you white oppressor. The billionaires, yeah, and I don't care what color they are. Carlos Slim is Mexicano. Is he a good dude? Oh. Police brutality is all over the world. In Haiti, they're all black people. The rich are black. Are they good? No. The working people black, they're good? Yes. We have to begin to identify what we really are talking about. And when we talk about LGBTQ and all that stuff, that's great. And we should. But my old lady cleans houses. And she has some clients, they're LGBTQ cabrones que no quieren pagar, güey. So we should, pobrecito, no, pobrecito, mi esposa que no está ganando nada, güey. So we have to nail it on what the reality is, not what the media tells us. And so that's all we're talking about is
No, so there was a concept, a real old concept out there. It's a real big word. White supremacy.
Ooh.
That's white supremacy. It's not about white people.
Exactly.
It's about an idea and ideology that's been around the world for centuries. White supremacy is an idea of control, not white people,
that's key.
but the concept of control. And we need to understand that.
Y tiene una palabra, es colonialism. Es colonialismo.
It's not about white people. It's about people who define themselves as white.
Sí, porque miren las novelas en México. Las novelas en México. Man, todos son rubios y ojos azules. Not güero like Mexican güero. I'm talking like Swedish, man. Y uno mira eso y hasta sale, tienen un personaje indígena. O azules y güero. God damn it, even the indigenous guy comes out, he's white and blue-eyed. Oh, no mames, güey. No. Nosotros nos oprimimos a nosotros mismos, porque España, ahorita murió la señora de Inglaterra, la reina. Do you want to talk about what queen is? Do we want to get there?
No, thank you.
¿Queremos hablar de eso? Oh, ma. Y estamos así, ay, no? And all these woke people saying, oh, the queen. Pero echándole la culpa a the white poor person from alcohol, you plumber, you exploiter. ¿Y la reina es okay? So we're screwed up in the head. We need therapy. You guys know I'm good. No, pero la neta necesitamos preguntar, hacer las preguntas that you're saying, con una idea, and then build something around that. On that note, before we go, we got about 5 minutes. Joaquin's gonna come up, we're gonna do an improv, but I need at least 2 or 3 people. So, tengan corazón y echen pa'lante. 2 or 3 people, come up. Come on. Come on. 2 or 3 people. Come on. No sean así. 1, 2. Uno más y se gana la lotería. No más, carnal, no te me hagas, dame you one. All right. Come on. Vamos a escoger un topic before we do that. Somebody here give me a topic. Not that we already work. A topic, an issue that's relevant. DACA. Now, build something with DACA.
All right. So we need a location first. Give us a location. Any location? Tijuana. All right. All right. So we're gonna Tijuana. We're just gonna create from nothing. Okay. So all that we know is DACA. All right. The dream. All right. So you're gonna create your own characters. I'll start speaking, and then you'll do what comes natural to you. Okay. All right. All right. Listen, guys. I know that you have dreams, right? You want to get to, well, the best country in the world, the #1 country. And it's going to be through me. I'm going to take you, but I need some money. Like $3,000 for each of you. What do you think? Do you have $3,000?
No, pero yo mi sobrina.
Perfecto, tu sobrina. That's what we want. Dinero de tu sobrina. Your whole family. Put all the money together and give it to me, and I'll take you to the dreamland. How about you? What do you do for work? Oh, this is your uncle. Okay.
La sobrina estaba ahí, güey. Mira, $3,000 de una vez, güey.
No. Es que el tío está ciego. Oh. Tu sobrina está aquí.
Oh my God.
Reunidos aquí en Tijuana.
¡Aplausos!
A tu novio. No me digas que está aquí porque no lo veo.
Es el tío también.
Oh, es el tío.
Oh my God. Es el tío también.
Tío, aquí está
Tu novio.
tu novio, tu novia. Ok, perfecto. Ok, ven esta caja aquí. Por favor, métase adentro de la caja. Get in the box. Get in the box. Get in the box. Down, yes, down. In the box. En la caja. Okay. Now, te van a quedar aquí. You're going to stay here for about 12 to 30 hours. Okay? And when they open the box, you'll be in the best country in the world. And you'll make a lot of money. You'll be rich and famous. Famosos. Ricos.
Like Britney Spears?
Like Britney Spears.
Like Britney Spears.
Yeah. Como la reina de Inglaterra. Who do you want to be like? You'll be Lady Gaga when you get there.
Hennessy. No, real quick. Next 15 seconds. Tell me what you felt just doing that. Tell me. Listen. Nerviosa.
A lot of anxiety, but
Connected. When you say connected,
like
with them.
like it's not just a stranger. When you're creating.
Yeah.
I felt a lot of irony because it was just like we naturally went down the line of what probably realistically happened. I was like, I don't have it, pero mi familia lo tiene, mi familia no lo tiene. Like we go to like our novio or novia, it's like that seems like ironically that might be more closer to reality than we actually were planning on projecting.
Yeah.
The fact that obviously we don't have money, that's what we're coming over. Right? And where do you get the money to come over if you don't have the money? Now, this is the best country in the world. That's up for discussion. How did this country accumulate that money? And we can go on and on. But these are the kinds of things that we can play with. So for example, if we're working, and improv is the best way to develop the writing of a script. So right there, we would have Sam writing, right? Okay, los tres se metieron. He's kind of like he's a hustler here, a doctor hustler, and you guys are people stuff and trying to get over. And we put him in a thing. You can take that box to be what? What can that box be? Somebody give me, what is that box in real life? You got it? Trump. Y vemos cómo muere la gente.
Se mueren.
Right? So we build off that. What's the illusion que nos están vendiendo? ¿Cuál es la ilusión? Todo está bien. They have doctor here for everybody else. You know what they call it? Lotería. Did you trip on that? Every time there's a lottery, they make a big thing about it. Anybody ever met somebody who won the lottery? No. Then they got the casinos. Oh, good luck. Now they got the casinos at the Indian reservations going. Oh, great. Las Vegas wasn't bad enough. Now I can go and lose all my money for them. You know what I mean? Because la gente va al casino a hacer qué? The illusion of getting money, ganar dinero para poder pagar todas las cosas. Can anybody beat the casino?
Never. Odds rule the house.
Always. So these are the issues we need to raise. So if we're throwing them down. The people on this stage are not only acting, the writers. We're throwing ideas out. When you threw the sobrina, that was very funny. You know? That was very funny. And then he threw it back. When you threw the girlfriend, then he's with the girl. Oh, these guys get everything. Okay? So we build something around that. It's not more than 5 or 6 minutes. The reason we like to work this way is if you do a play, it's complicado. Usually about 45 minutes. Okay? But when we do episodes or bits, everybody see Mad TV, Saturday Night Live, stuff like that. It's easier to handle. Por ejemplo, hoy tenemos mucho más trabajo nosotros en nuestra obra, pero we did it by episode. So today some people couldn't show up because they had to work. So we can still salvage the episode. The ones that are not in, we can do. Does that make sense? So episode is usually the best way to do it. 5, 6 minutes, tighten something up, you got it. So with this is 4 people. Once we get that developed, 4 people, as long as they can make it to a demonstration, to a meeting, to wherever you guys have to. Oye, ¿cómo se llama esta conferencia binacional fronteriza? You guys have that ready. So I ask this again. How many are interested in taking this workshop, este taller? Raise your hand. We're going to be talking with Justin, with everybody else up in here to see how we can make that happen in the year coming up. But we need your help in doing it. The commitment has to be real commitment. You guys, what you said, nervous, but you throw yourself into the pool. It can't be like this. You gotta be like, but you're in. And once you're in there, empiezas a mover, and it gets warm. The connection is critical. The connection is critical, right? Did you feel that way connected?
I did. It felt really good. You yes and me. You added information. You built the scene. You didn't disagree. You agreed, and you weren't strangers. That's the most important part when you're doing improv.
That's it. So we count on you guys to participate. Y con eso, ya hay preguntas, otras preguntas o comentarios, cualquier cosa no importa. Si nos van a pagar dinero, páguenos dinero. Back there, $500 per person in the back. ¿No? ¿No tienen dinero?
I have a question. Were you guys prepared for the last? And you guys mentioned any questions, what's better, on what topic are you prepared for? Was this all just information? Because I said that that's just one of the topics.
That's a great question. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Andrés.
Andrés, that's a great question, Andrés. ¿Por qué? Así funciona la improvisación. We didn't know about that. I mean, how would we know? Unless you no, we didn't. So you threw that out there. And so we have to think for a second. That's why he as he's leading it, he's thinking for a second. What can I do with that? And you come up with it. And you saw their reaction quickly, the other actors. They responded to it. So it could be anything. It could be police brutality. It could be labor issues. It could be whatever you want it to be, housing, right? And again, finding characters, personajes, como el tantararán, super inquilino. Super inquilino. I mean, how many you guys, too young, but Chapulín Colorado.
Todos conocen el Chapulín.
So you build off those things and you make them into something so that when somebody sees Sonic Super Inquilino, they're just gonna laugh right off the bat, right? And so, but the idea of doing what we do with whatever topic. Now, if it's a topic that's really weird, but if it's a topic that everybody knows, we can work. Any other questions? That's a great question. ¿Alguna otra pregunta? You get extra credit for questions. No? Una pregunta. ¿Cuánto ganamos? ¡Millones de dólares! So, con eso, con those, one more time. How many people want to be part of the workshop? It's growing. All right, good. Y los otros, vengan ahí. Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Ahora entendieron un poco. Estamos aquí al servicio de ustedes, al servicio de las organizaciones populares. Aquí estamos para que el teatro sea la voz.